Welcome to the first ever Farming Sim SWU Community Challenge. This challenge was submitted by one of our community members, Police 428, and boy, is there a lot of rules. It is called the Maize Millionaire Challenge, and Millionaire is kind of an understatement. The goal we're going to go with is 20 million. That is the one change I'm making to Police 428's rule set. We're going to go over all the rules, but you can also find a link in our Discord in the FS Challenges channel. To start with, we have 10 years to make 20 million. There is a hard mode to this challenge as well for 100 million. I'll let you dive into the deep differences of the hard and normal mode on your own. Some of the basic rule sets are the player has a maximum of 10 years and you can use 3 days per month. We missed our turn. So after the first month here, September will have 3 days in it. I'm not sure how often we will utilize that, but we do want it turned on for our own benefit. Making money is a big part of this challenge. So the only thing we can make money off of is selling maize. We're going to harvest maize or harvest corn and sell it right away every single time. Well, not right away, but we can wait until the price is right when we're doing this on normal mode. We have seasonal growth disabled. Oh, let's go back one step here. Making money so we can just sell corn. Maize corn is the only thing we can sell. We can't modify it at all. We can't dry it. We can't turn it into any products. Prior to our first harvest of maize, we can have one large greenhouse and make as much money as possible from that. But the second we start the harvest on our first corn crop, we must delete the greenhouse asset and only rely on corn moving forward. One other thing to help us get a kickstart is we are allowed to do contracts at the same time frame as we're allowed to do the greenhouse. So we can do contracts until we harvest our first cornfield. Debt, we're allowed to have $100,000 of debt at any given time, but by the end of the challenge, we have to pay that off. Right now, we do have $100,000 in debt. That's why we have $150,000 instead of the $50,000 that you're supposed to start the game with. Leases are allowed, only equipment though, not vehicles, and they must be returned immediately after using them. Land is able to be purchased. However, if there's no field on the land already, you cannot create one. But you can combine fields if they are close enough, like the two we're driving through right now. Multiplayer is allowed. We won't be doing it that way. AI workers are allowed, but only one at a given time. And again, the end game condition is for us is going to be 20 million instead of 10 million. And we are using the Sri Lanka map that was part of the premium edition. I haven't used it before, so that's why we picked it. And some of the restrictions on the normal edition are only Giants maps. Also, we are allowed to use all the DLCs and a handful of mods. Let's go ahead and show you those. So these are the packs that I have that are from Giants. The other ones that we are notable are precision farming. We also have, so precision farming is in place. We haven't bought the soil yet. We also have course play, additional field information. So we run up to the field here to show you that. So yeah, just a little bit more information on the field info, which will be handy moving forward. And this one shows you a price per acre there, which is kind of nice. And then the other mods that we do have lumberjack, but that will be used very minimal. If a tractor or a vehicle flips over, that is the only time we're allowed to use lumberjack. So we're utilizing the super strength ability with that. And we have the easy dev controls turned on just to help us get prepped, but we are not allowed to use those at all. And I think the only other DLC that I did not mention is the cultivator field creator. So we will be able to create fields with a cultivator, but the only time we would ever be doing that is when we're combining two fields. Like if we got these two combined, we could cultivate over right here. So now let's talk about the land that we had. We were allowed to purchase 2 plots of land. We went with 88 and 89. Eventually, we will be blending these into one field. You're also allowed to buy 2 plots of land that do not have fields on them. I elected to just go with one for my farmhouse and the farmyard. I think this land, this area is going to be definitely plenty of land for what we're going to need in this playthrough. And let's look at our equipment that we have so far. You see we do have the Nova 3300. That is a requirement on this playthrough as well. I've modified it by adding the header. I thought it made sense to have the header that comes with it or the combinations that the game shows you to start with. And then I elected to go with this Massey Ferguson 7720S. And the reason I did that is because we are allowed to purchase a medium tractor not exceeding $200,000. And so going through them, it was pretty much the the best one that we could get for the price range. And then to upgrade to 280 horsepower later is only going to cost us $27,500. But we will need to get a front loader and a few other things added to this out of our money. Next, we got to decide what we're going to buy. Yeah, so some of the things to kind of think about right now is these fields do not have corn in them, the two that we own. So we will need to plow over those. And the other thing was we have the economy at normal. I didn't mention that. And all of the game settings are default. Periodic plowing is enabled. Stones are enabled. Lime is enabled. Weeds are enabled, as well as seasonal growth we have disabled. So we might need to come back, but there's things that we need right away. So we are going to do a contract. We got time running already, but let's go ahead and hop in the store. We're going to go real careful with what we spend our money on, and a plow, since if we look at the map here, we go to this setting here, it needs plowed. Both of our fields need plowed. They're going to need lime. Now that we're started, let's, before I forget, because I know I will, we're going to just purchase the field data. I think that will be probably the most efficient way instead of buying the implement to go scan it ourselves. So now we're down to 137, 225. Got to get to 20 million. Ooh, ways to go. So let's hop in the store and let's look at our plows. And I believe I was looking between the subsoilers and the plows. This one's gonna be the best that we can get, 3.5 meters. Let's go look at the subsoilers again, because they will technically be considered plowing. 4 meters here. Ooh, that is wider. The 8-meter one we cannot pull. We don't have enough horsepower. So that is interesting. So an extra 0.5 meters. Would that be worth it? So this is lease cost. Let's look at this. Lease cost is $535. And on the plows, yeah, this one's quite a bit more. It would be $1,200. So let's go with the subsoiler. And I'm gonna feel real silly if this doesn't work the way I thought it did. Be real careful with what we spend our money on, and when we decide to purchase things, it's gotta make sense for stuff that we use all the time. Plowing's only going to be done periodically through the playthrough. I am a doofus, aren't I? Okay, well, we're wasting time. Let's go ahead and get over to the field. I've never used one of these, so it'll be interesting. And again, I'm going the wrong way. Let's not drive over a fence. And since this challenge is going to take 10 years, there's not going to be a huge amount of constant commentary. We are going to do a lot of time lapses and probably a lot of voiceovers so that we can record as much as possible and get these videos out to you as quick as we can. 10 years is a long time to get through, and I want to make sure we do it in somewhat of a timely manner just to keep people excited about the series if people are interested. So I hope they are. I'm having a blast with it so far. If you want to submit your own challenge, join the Discord. We have crop destruction is on as well. We have a channel dedicated for challenges, and I am encouraging the community to submit them because I want to make a ton of videos on these challenges that you guys submit. All right, let's go ahead and set this up on courseplay. And again, taking advantage of all the rules. So we started you out bad. Are you gonna correct it, or are you just gonna? Maybe they'll fix that at the end, or we'll do it. All right, let's take a look now at the map because I want to make sure the subsoiler is doing. Yes, it is doing it. So we'll get that one going, but while that's going, we're gonna jump into these contracts, and more have shown up. Fertilizing, that's not gonna be convenient. This harvesting one, I definitely want to grab. And I'm gonna say you can only have one active contract at a time. Oh, there's other things we wanted to do. All right, we have that grabbed. Let's pause this for now. And we're gonna drive over to our land because I do wanna get that greenhouse established. So we're probably gonna go lease some equipment for water, as well as just, because we got to get water into the greenhouse, and then we'll have to figure out exactly how to move things around later on. You know, we're such a doofus. We just lost this one. This contract, the high dollar amount, is gone to us because I didn't hit borrow items. Or did I? And I just, well, it is what it is. Go into productions, greenhouses, and one large greenhouse is going to cost us $10,000. And thinking about the farmyard here, let's actually put down a house because this isn't in the rule set, but I do want to make sure we purchase one. And we're going to go with the cheapest one. So this little old bus, 2 series in a row, is going to be part of our build. So we'll put that there. That'll be good. That's where we sleep. Productions, large greenhouse. I do think it's going to be temporary for only a few months, but we will put it right there to begin with. And then let's go into the shop now. I believe it's under animals. Yeah, let's find, gosh, so we're just leasing it. This might be a lot of trips. This could be a little bit easier, and 1,200 bucks. So hopefully we make our money back. Let's put that there. We'll go back to the store, pick up the tank, and then we'll get water in it. Try to find a place where we can snag some water and get that filled up and production turned on. And there's all our equipment for the contract. All right, got this picked up, and let's go fill it up. And the reason for the leases having to be returned after you're done using the equipment is because we don't want to lease it multiple days and take advantage of the daily leasing fees where you want the full leasing fee. We really want this challenge to be challenging, and I just felt like 10 million was gonna be more doable than 20 million, and I felt like 20 million would feel more challenging to me, so that's why I went with that. So it looks like we're gonna take advantage of this little pond here. Oh, and this is one of those trailers, huh, that you can't really back up well. So let's try to sneak in here, not drive too much in the water, and see if we can refill. Yes, okay, perfect. So what's kind of interesting about this is we're what, 11,500 into the cost of the greenhouse, and that's got to be profitable for us, otherwise that's a mistake to start this challenge. And it is an option, so I wanted to go with it as just a chance to make more money. But if we don't make up our 12 grand, it wasn't worth it. And thinking about it, it might have made sense to buy something and not lease it. We'll probably do more trips. We'll do that when we need to refill. And quickly taking a look at cost. Where is that? Prices. Lettuce peaks at 2,000, tomatoes, strawberries. So I think lettuce is what we'll do. So how full did that get it? Not quite. So let's go ahead and activate. We're going to spawn them and activate lettuce and get some more water and get this thing filled up. Question is, can we use this little creek right here? Nope, it looks dry. Oh, that's unfortunate. Thought this water was closer, but it may not be. Yeah, there's a nice little area that they seem to have purposely designed for filling up water right here. Pretty sweet. If it comes down to like $4,000 and that contract really screwed us, and the decision to get a bigger tank here screwed us, I'm gonna be sad. So this should fill it up. Yeah, we got it activated. We got 12 already. Oh no, we don't want selling. I want spawning, distributing, storing. Yeah, storing, I guess. And it's full, so let's go ahead and hop in here, go to our keys, and we gotta return it. We're done using it. All right, let's get back on the subsoiler and get the worker going again, and then we can start that harvest. We should be able to line up right here, switch this to nearest waypoint, and let them have at it. All right, so which field did we get in the contract? Field 76 is the activated one. Let's go ahead and grab the harvester first. So we'll head over to field 76 and get started. And before we get too deep into it, I do want to mention that I did say that the goal was $20 million and the max length was 10 years. If something weird happens and we get that done super fast and way before 10 years, that will end the challenge. Oh, it's dropping straw. It'll go away when the contract's over. Actually, all right, time to get this harvest done. A lot of thinking going on. If I'm not doing contracts, I need to have a second tractor so that we can utilize the AI worker at all times to help us move as fast as possible. When we get to the 3-day months, it'll be a little easier to handle only having one tractor. But yeah, we're gonna want at least 2 tractors since we can use an AI worker at all times. And then the AI worker helping us with harvest is gonna be real nice as well. Look at this Kubota we get to use, pretty cool. Get the trailer all hooked up here so we can go empty the harvester. Not a bad setup. Progress here is looking pretty good. We have a couple areas to clean up, and then we'll combine these 2 fields once we get them both subsoiled away. And yeah, if I forgot to mention, we're plowing over those because we can't make any money off of harvesting that crop type, so it makes no sense to keep it. And this size of a field should all fit in one cart here, so we should just be filling this up, finishing the harvest, filling it up, and then selling. Pretty convenient. Another thing to keep in mind with precision farming is the negative score, or the 0 points we're going to get for using a plow, will hurt us for a little bit. Every single cycle when our fields need plowed, it's gonna hurt us. So that's something to keep in mind. And also with the $100,000 loan, we're gonna, pay off as much as we can every single month. so that we don't have any fees, or at the end of every day so that we don't have any interest fees moving forward, and then we can take the loans back out. That's the plan. So hoping to stay above the $100,000 mark all throughout today so that we can completely pay it off before we simulate time to September. And emptying the harvester here. Let's figure out exactly where we need to sell this at the farmer's market. Got to get to know this map. Where would that be? It's not blinking for us. I was hoping it would be blinking for us. Animal dealer, dairy, farmer's market right there. Okay, it was. It is there. It has an exclamation point. How many liters are we going to get? 8,548. Okay, we just went the wrong way already. Okay. Let's get it sold. And we've arrived at the farmer's market for our first contract and first little bit of cash. And here we go. Moment of truth. Oh, not as much money as I was hoping for. So we got 417 plus 9 for the environmental score. Then let's go into the contract now. And we've completed it. We'll collect. Oh, failed. That's why that one was still blinking. Let's hit space, collect that one. And let's see how we're doing here. Good progress. All right, let's look at the contracts. Don't really want to do these. The money would be worth it. Let's go ahead and borrow that. Really gonna min-max on this type of playthrough. These little side roads are pretty sweet on this map. I'm digging it so far. Zelanka's pretty nice. Little town over there. All right, it almost seems like this is paying for our workers. Go ahead and get that lowered. Oops, that was the wrong thing to lower. And away we go at plowing. And how do you rotate this thing? Try to remember that. We should see the notification any second now. There it is. And we're min-maxing this. All right, so now we're sitting at 110,000. And you are super close. So I was thinking a little bit about the money, and we're gonna go ahead and repay all of this. And we're gonna take out the loans as we need them. That way the money will look as more realistic. So now, you know, we're just $19,990,000 away from the goal. Not bad. And since we're freed up and I'm not really interested in any of the other contracts, we're gonna go ahead and finish this ourselves. You know, one of the things to keep in mind when picking out implements is to look at the speed, because 7 miles an hour, that's why this is taking so long. But it is plowing. It takes some time. It takes a lot of power to do that. Some of the other things should be a lot faster. But this is a big field. This is a good start. We're going to come over here, set up the course, because I am going to have course play help me with this. But I'm going to plow the pathway prior to letting them take over. So let's go ahead. Now we're going to back up. We're going to try to respect kind of the design here a little bit, and you can see this one shoots way to the back. I don't want to just do a straight line all the way to the grass. We're going to try to respect as much of the existing field as possible because of the rules, and we'll come across just like so. And then let's head down to the bottom of the field and do the same thing. And this one seems to be just straight, so we'll get pretty even with it here and just lower it down and cut across. Now let's make a little end row. All this crop destruction. Woo. And it gives us a little extra room to turn around while we have fields and planting or field creation enabled. And let's just head down this road and plow it up. So looking at the precision farming stuff, I believe the subsoiler is going to give us the 5 points, but direct drill would give us more. Subsoiler, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, is similar to cultivating when it comes to precision farming. So this is done. So now we can take advantage of setting this up. Go ahead and hit start. Let them start at their first spot. And it tells me once they start how long it's going to take. I believe temporary course. No. First waypoint. Why would that? There it goes. Okay. We're going to back up to it. 52 minutes. So I'm going to take advantage of that information and paying a worker, even though we were at a nice number and they've already burned through $12. Gosh, that's crazy. I guess I should have drove over there instead of letting them slowly drive, but that's fine. Yeah, 52 minutes. I'm going to go feed the pups, figure out dinner, and I'll be back. Voiceover Chris here. We did another contract. I got all my food prepped, got the dogs fed. So we decided to do a contract while the worker is still working on plowing away the fields and getting those prepped for us to maintain. And this contract was doing oats, so we got this done. We'll just need to get the harvester unloaded and then go to the sell point and see how much profit we made off of this contract. Some of these contracts just aren't paying as well because we are borrowing the items. So, you know, it deducts a little bit, and when they're small contracts to begin with, that's pretty painful. So this one's gonna give us, let's see, a little bit of cash here, $635 plus $14. Not the best, but when we turn it in, we get another 1,300 here, or 1,400 to be, you know, closer to accurate. Then we go back to check on the worker. Still 22 minutes to go on the subsoiler. These fields are a lot larger than I thought they were when I picked them. Kind of excited about that, though. That's going to work out really good in our favor, but we're going to go ahead and finish plowing this away ourselves, and you can see it went all the way into the night. We completely utilized the day, and it was a pretty productive one. We got it all done. And there's a little spot that I accidentally plowed that we weren't supposed to. So once we have some daylight, we'll be fixing that and eating a little bit of costs because of it. But that'll be a penalty we're going to take. Let's see if there's anything over here. Yeah, a little bit. I thought so. And we did hit another leasing fee with the subsoiler. So that's why a little bit of money has been deducted. So 2 hours of usage looks like what we ended up doing with it. And that should conclude the subsoiler. Let's take a look at the map just to make sure everywhere looks like there is no red showing up. Yeah, we got a little bit down there. Let's go ahead and grab that while we still have the subsoiler. Boy, these fields are huge. Yeah, I see a little spot right behind us too. So we'll go ahead and do that, loop around, and that will conclude the first plowing session. Let's go to the keys here, turn this in, and we can go sleep and see what our cost for operations is going to be for a night, so we know how much money we have to keep on hand at all times. But no loans right now. $11,037. Slow start. Good progress though. All right, before we go to sleep, let's go ahead and look at our greenhouse. And water is at 19,000. I believe we put 20,000 liters in, and we're close to a lettuce spawning. After we sleep, we'll definitely see one there. Let's go ahead and do that. $33 property tax. Production costs $1. Okay. And it's September day 1. Perfect. So we got one lettuce there. And the field's looking good. We got stones we got to take care of. Okay. Let's look at contracts. Harvesting are disappearing. Let's go ahead and borrow those items. Oh, we didn't get it. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, we did. Okay. Whew. And then the other one, we'll go ahead and borrow the no space. So hopefully that's still there. So we will go ahead and head to the store. Really nice looking map. I'm loving it. And for $26.52, we're going to lease the stone picker. And that's something we're not going to use every single... I don't know if we're going to use it every single time we plant. So that might be something we buy eventually. Oh, down to 8,300. So this will be our first priority. We'll have to help the worker out by emptying this. We can't sell the stones. We can only sell lettuce right now, or whatever's from the greenhouse, and corn. And stones aren't one of those too. So we will be making a fun stone pile on our property just for the fun of it. Now that this is one field, we should be able to do a single course. Let's go ahead and give that a shot here. Beautiful. And let's see what time without emptying, how long this is going to take. 1 hour, 13 minutes. And what does it change the state? Does. Changes it from a seed bed to cultivated. Interesting. Some bigger equipment today, it looks like. We're still going to risk it by just driving the harvester over. And let's open up the map a little bit, see where we're driving. Okay. All right, maybe we need the header trailer. There, we got out. We got out. We're not stuck. It's the wrong side, isn't it? Okay, okay. Let's just try a different route. I'm being lazy. That's not the road. Laziness does not pay off. 33% full, about. 32%, almost a full headland done. Not bad. All right, let's get this back, put the header on the trailer, and drive it to the field to meet up with the grain cart that we already moved. All right, we've arrived at the field. Go ahead and detach that, get the header put back on. And this is a bigger field than we've harvested yet, so this is good. Should be a lot more money. Contract was over $4,000 alone, and then we should hopefully we'll get a couple grand in extra product here. Lowered, turned on. I didn't even pay attention. What is this field? Is it barley? It's wheat. All right, nice extra width on this header. Keep an eye on these tractors and thinking about what we want to upgrade. That harvester we have is definitely not going to last for us very long. I mean, it's going to last, but we're going to definitely need a bigger one. And first load of wheat to unload from the harvester. And it's already over 9,000 liters, so this is going to be a pretty good harvest for this family here. And checking here, we're close to needing to empty this. Good progress, though. My goodness. Now, can you just go at these things with a stone picker and get it cultivated? And what is this going to do to our score? Let's take a look at that, actually. It's 58, so we have 5 for tillage, which makes sense because we did the subsoiler. Soil sampling, I don't know why we don't have full score there. That's a little confusing. I don't know if it's because this land can't be sampled. And then nitrogen, we will get that up hopefully today, and pH as well. Weed control, probably not. That's a lot to do, or at least in September, we hopefully will get all that going. All right, let's continue with the harvest. And momentarily, we'll hand over the AI worker here as we help this one with unloading. And did we do that right? There we go. All right, let's go find a place to unload this. It's gonna be a lot of unloading. Has to be on our property. What a shame we can't produce anything out of this or make money. Produce some lime. Oh, that'd be nice. And the grain cart's almost full. So yeah, we're in a hustle here. And I think what I want to do is dump it somewhere over here, and we'll make a huge pile over the series. Yeah, we'll go right here in these trees. All right, and get this back over and started, and then we will take the harvest back over, and they'll probably be waiting for us to unload anyways when we get back, so we will not have 2 workers going at once. We just had some money go away though. Whew, we might need to stop using workers financially. Stones, I hate stones. All right, they're back at it, and over here, jeez, not only they missed some, but at least they're facing the right way for the tractor to pull in here with the cart. And next time we'll just pause the harvest. And back in action. Looks like the next hopper will definitely fill up the grain cart, and we'll get the first load sold. Only about 3 rows of this field with this header to fill up the hopper. So we're gonna have a couple more hoppers full before we're done. And let's take a time here just to fill this up. We should have enough to get a full load and go get the first batch sold. Wanted to take advantage of the auger facing the right direction there. Let's head on over to the farmer's market and sell this wheat. Or the people we're doing a contract for. We're not selling wheat. We can only sell corn. All right, let's see how far this gets us percentage-wise. This one dumps out fast. That's nice. 60% done now. No 80%? Oh, that's too bad. 57% transported. So we need close to that same amount. And finish unloading this and get back to harvesting. And we're about halfway needing to help them unload. That's not too bad. And they have another 50 minutes to go still. I'm a little worried about this math right now because I don't think we have enough field left to harvest to get that much more wheat. So maybe this map just doesn't give you a lot of extra money on contracts. I think that's what I'm learning. Yeah, the amount of wheat here is sort of worrisome that this contract is going to work. We'll find out soon. All right, the harvest is all done here. Just get this unloaded and we will head over to see how much money we were at. I feel better about that already. I think we're going to get under 1,000 again. I'm guessing this map's contracts are set up to minimize what you make off of selling the grain. All right, moment of truth. It's nice using a John Deere. And money should start going up now. There we go. Okay, 1,500. We'll take it. We'll take it. Let's go into the contracts now and collect 12,500. Beautiful, beautiful. And we'll continue our rock pile out here. Just drive right over it while we can. Flatten it a little bit, probably. Do stones move? Apparently not. Well, it's January and I've decided to abandon the contracts because it just wasn't, working for me. There's a lot of contracts I could have done, but it's just, I need to get this challenge moving. And I think we'll go with the quick here. Front loader, $1,500, customize that. And gosh, I would like to do repairs now, but we'll have to hold off on that. So now let's go into the store and see if we have enough cash in hand. And we are going to go with the smallest one here. $7,000, really? Okay, we're going to have to take out loans because we are going to need this to move around the lettuce. And I do think it was a mistake. Oops, we can't have that much. We need to have 100,000. So we're sitting at 72,000. Let's go ahead and purchase what we need. I do think it was a mistake to do the lettuce. It's costing us more money than it's bringing in, especially because this is pretty much the only reason why I'm buying the front loader. So anyone else doing this challenge, I would recommend to not do the greenhouse option. But this does allow us to clean up some stuff as well. So I guess it's not all lost money and we can sell it at the end. But starting up, it's not necessarily helping us out as much as I was hoping the greenhouse would. Let's get this back home and figure out our next plans. So let's look at buying the things we need the rest of the way. This trailer, does it? It does. Okay, so if we started with that one, it could be multiple purpose. And it'll be short-lived, but we're going to set it up like this to begin with. We're going to buy that, go pick it up. I should have done that while I was there. But we're going to go do that, and then we can head back and move around the lettuce. And I believe it's a good price for it now, so we'll take a look at that. But that should be everything we need for harvest. The first one, let's look at prices real quick of silos. Yeah, with base game stuff, it's going to be rough to be able to ever get a silo. Jeez. We're looking at 117,000. So that's going to be a while. So we're going to be selling corn pretty much right away every time we harvest until we're able to afford that and justify that cost. Oh, that'll be tough. But selling corn right away is definitely going to hurt us because of the price fluctuations, so we're going to have to think that through. But one of the strategies is definitely going to be purchasing fields that already have corn planted in them and are ready to harvest, and there are a couple that way. So now that we have everything we need, I want to sell the lettuce, see where money is, and see if I can buy 2 fields of mine. Now we got to get all those moved. Yeah, and lettuce is pretty much at a peak price. So let's go ahead and get as much of that loaded up on here and get it sold. Oh boy, the snow is making things difficult. Sliding around. We're not able to get good grip. And then this lip that I put this on, that was a mistake because approaching up on the hill, getting the forks lined up with snow. Oh. What a nightmare. So fighting with it for a while, I realized that moving it over here gives us a better approach, not having to worry about the snow. So that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, that was definitely the issue, is the snow. Let's try to line this one up as well, like that, and then we'll come around the back. No. Crop destruction. Give it a little nudge forward, and that should be good enough. Next one should help us line that up. And let's get the last one on here. Perfect. Let's get that strapped in so it doesn't move. And we'll find the sales location and get these sold. But I think we're gonna go ahead and jump in here and we're going to sell. Get 4,900 back out of the 10 grand that cost us. So these won't be, but it's gonna be close to breaking even. It's not. It was a waste. I think it was a trap in the rule set. And let's go find our sales location and get about a little over 7 grand here. So it was close to being profitable. Not after buying the front loader though, if we're including that. How do you sell lettuce to a train? Do we just do this? This is gonna end badly. Like, why would it put the marker right here? Oh, it did work, but we're completely stuck now. All right, so we're just gonna, we gotta reset everything. Oh, joy. That was a mistake. Okay, everything's reset now. So we have what we need for harvest. We gotta reconfigure this trailer, pick all this stuff up, and I do wanna look at those plots of land though, and see about purchasing a few that are ready to harvest and have corn in them. So let's get this set up. We'll get the trailer all reconfigured and reconvene. All right, let's jump in here and go to the trailer and customize. Should do it perfectly. I thought this one had a top on it. Guess not. Nope. it will do temporarily until we can afford a better one. We can go to home base here and look at the map and talk to some realtors. So quickly taking a look in here, we want to remember which yellow is corn. It's the orange. Okay. So we see them disappear. 49 and 54 are what I'm looking at. So if we go with this big 97% yield, 99%, but it's less than an acre. This one is a little more than an acre, so that's definitely worth it. We're going to buy that. And then we're going to go to 47, and we have plenty of money. Okay. All right, let's look. Let's head over there and see how the yield's looking on those. We don't need that attached for now. But currently we're maxed out on loans. We could pay back 2 of them and only have $90,000 of loans. Ooh, but let's see how the rest of the month goes, or at least the day, before we make that decision. And our big cornfield is close to being ready to harvest as well. Speeding along. So I'm glad we remembered we can't lease vehicles, because I was super tempted to lease a different harvester, and that would have been a little more damaging than what we did before, and we would have needed a bigger penalty. So this is looking like expected yield's pretty bad. So it will give us a little bit of cash, and it's showing about 13.4 tons a hectare. I'm not sure what that translates to. Let's go look at the other one, see if it's better than 59%. All right, we're here. Let's see. 64%, a little bit better. Okay, not bad. Let's go, I guess, get all prepped for this. And we'll start with this field and hope it's not snowing, I guess, soon. So the first harvest was done on a live stream on YouTube and Twitch. We are, broadcasting on both of those platforms when we go live every Monday right now. I'm trying to sneak in a second day of the week, but obviously you harvest one field at a time, and we decided to sell the grain for the first field to get a total dollar amount. So you see here, we're loading up the trailer, we're going to the train station, dropping off the first load, then we're gonna go back and keep doing that until we're completely done with that field, and then sell it to get the dollar amount. And I think at this point I was really starting to feel the pain of the 5-row corn head, and that's gonna be something that we're gonna wanna look into upgrading very soon. Luckily, the train station was really close to our fields and right by our main building, so it wasn't very far to transfer the corn. You can see here we're loading up the train, heading on to the train station or the sales location, and our dollar amount was $27,293 for the first field. Then we move on to the other field that we purchased. This one's the longer, skinnier field, so it was a little bit quicker to harvest since it wasn't as wide and a lot less passes. So we then were looking at the yield and trying to figure out why was it so bad. The best yield we're going to get on one of those fields is 97%. The original owner of that field did not take care of it, so our yield was around 50% on that harvest. Not very exciting, but we knew that going into it since we bought it when it was already at a ready to harvest state. So just loved hanging out with everybody that joined the stream and got this, harvest complete and got an idea of the kind of money we're going to bring in with these fields. Some snow did happen. We harvested a little bit of corn while it was snowing, so we lost a little bit of yield then. But then we skipped through time a little bit just to get the snow to go away so we could finish the harvest and find out what that dollar amount's going to be to work with to get these fields re-prepped and replanted so they can start growing corn as soon as possible. Dropping off the last bit of corn here. Renting the train again, heading on to the location where it'll give us our money. And I don't know how often we'll do streams that are injected into videos like this. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it was definitely an experiment that I did to try out. When we have larger harvests, we might do it and just record the intro of it and record the ending and then do the middle of it on the stream so it makes better flow for the video. Let me know what you think. And the total for this one was $12,357. As you just saw the recap of the live stream, we're now at the process where we want to start moving forward. So the first thing I want to do is I want to come in here. I want to customize this. One upgrade gives us 240. Then we can get to 260 for $17,000. We're going to do that. And let's get everything attached again. Now let's go into the store and we are going to lease a cultivator and we can get away with this 7.5 meter one. Let's go ahead and lease that. It'll be $3,000. We gotta get the time running. And now let's look at our money because we're gonna risk it here. Farmland. This one here is 47,000. We can't afford that, but we could afford this one up here. We're going aggressive. Let's get the cultivator and let's get our new land all cultivated. That's connected to one of the plots that we just harvested. So we're gonna connect those two and make a bigger field and try to get that prepped as soon as possible. I don't think we'll get it completely done today since it's already 14:26 time-wise. But let's head over to the field and get started. $9,000. We might... Oh, we can't do any more contracts. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Let's see how much the soil is to purchase. 2,100. We might as well get it. This one, did we purchase? Nope, 2,600. We're down to $4,000. We're going to go over to the little road here, and we're going to work on blending the two fields in first. So we're gonna do the same thing we did with the last one. Let's just get right about here. Oh, this size, this width, so much better. Let's go ahead and lower it, allow fields, and get over just a hair. That should be good there. We'll go ahead and raise, go to the other side, damage all of our crops, but we can't harvest these or sell them, so we're not losing anything by doing this. Just playing the challenge as it is. And we'll go ahead and lower right there. Get that, very nice. And then the neighbors are gonna have to forgive me if I drive in their crops. We'll blend these together so we can shut off, create field, and just cultivate. 9 miles an hour is not bad either. Nice upgrade on this tractor. Definitely worth it. It's gonna put us a little behind financially to prepare this and get materials, but we might have this sit until we harvest our corn, but get it as prepped as possible. Same with the other field. All right, now we'll disable creating fields and get to a good spot to start doing the actual full-on cultivation of this. And you know what? I'm a doofus. It needs plowed, and this is not, I guess we're gonna learn this. I made a mistake. Boy, this series is going to be about how to capitalize from your mistakes or how to respond from your mistakes. We spent the money on the lease, so this time around, this field is going to need plowed and we're going to have the yield loss, but we'll see. Like, let's see, the potential yield shows up. It won't show up until we actually plant. And we'll see at that point how bad it looks. And we might learn from these two fields whether or not we care about the periodic plowing or if we just ignore it to save money. Silly mistake. We're gonna do a couple end rows here to give us some room to turn around, and then we'll go up the other direction and do the same. But this size field is a lot smaller than the ones we started with, so we should be able to do this before it's too dark and we have to go to January 3rd. And I believe February, it might be March. It might be March when our field's ready, so we might be sitting on our butts for a little bit. All right, that should be a good amount to turn around, and we'll head up this direction, which would be north. And we'll get all the way to the other end of the field, do a couple end rows, and then just start going up and down, doing our passes to finish cultivating. So far, the hardest part of this challenge for me is not having guided steering. Totally forgot about periodic plowing. Gosh dang it. So as we look on the mini map, you can see basically 44 through 49 here. Eventually we want to own and turn into one large field. That's kind of the strategy I have, is there's these quadrants of fields that are split up. I want to combine them back and make them into larger fields and really maximize the turnaround time and the yield on all of those. At least that's the plan. We'll see how it comes together. This field's completely done. I only noticed a few stones in a couple areas, so I don't think we're going to worry about that for this one. And I also don't think we're going to worry about buying the soil on this next field we're heading to until we're ready to put lime down, because that was probably a mistake and we could have used that money to help us with other things. But we got that big harvest coming soon, so we should be okay. We're just doing some work to get us ahead. And this one we're gonna have to just do by itself as is. And I think we'll start here by doing an end row, or doing the same pattern. We'll do 2 end rows here. That was really nice to be able to turn around. This one should be a lot quicker though. Smaller field. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, so earlier on in this video, we talked about, or well, In the editing process, we showed that we leased a tractor and we weren't allowed to do that. And so we did penalize ourselves. I skipped about 5 hours. So it was a little bit more than the time we probably saved by having that second tractor. I didn't refund the money. We just lost some time. So the idea was, we had 2 tractors. We leased one. We were basically doing work faster than we would have been able to if we didn't have that tractor. So we probably saved ourselves maybe an hour or 2, but I penalized myself by skipping 5 hours. So in reality, it just cost me more money after the penalty. But in hindsight, I'd rather make mistakes in year 1 than make mistakes in year 9 when we're super close and it costs us a lot more money. These mistakes were happening early on. They're a little bit less risky because the money right now isn't as large as when, if we make a mistake that costs us $1 million in yield, then that'll be different. Right now, we're probably, I don't know, maybe 10,000, 20,000. But again, if it comes down to a couple $1,000s at the end, little things like this is what caused it. Periodic plowing. Maybe it's not required with precision farming. I'll Google after this session. All right, and we are done with all of our tillage that we can do. Let's go ahead, and that's the wrong menu. We'll go in here and return the cultivator. If we aren't buying that one soon, we'll definitely be leasing it again. And I guess I have colorblind mode on. Let's shut that off. That's confusing me in the map. Yeah, our score. How's our score looking? Let's click away. 67. Okay, we're getting there. It'll be nice to have a positive score like that. I wish it was higher for when we do this large harvest in a few. We're gonna go to the house. Nothing else to do. We can't do any greenhouse work. We can't do any contracts anymore. Everything we can afford to do on our fields is done. It's time to skip ahead and do this harvest. And that strip that I missed up here to the left, that's kind of disappearing and hidden, it's kind of huge. Well, I'll show you before we skip time. Our flashlight on here. So yeah, look at it. Oh, it looks great. Looks great. Oh, about 2 rows here, 3 rows, and then down to 2. And, oh, I don't know how we missed that big of a gap. Now, we don't have a lot of money, but one of the habits I want to get into is checking the used, and this would have been, I don't know, we don't need it on this playthrough, but this would have been pretty nice. 135 horsepower. Nope. This is yes. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep checking those. What's the state of our field? It's still lightish green, so we'll skip ahead. And it is February now. Doesn't look like it's ready to harvest. Let's, loan interest, 11. Oh, we still have that loan. Gosh dang it, we should have. I jumped into this session and I didn't think before I spent money. Let's see, width is 6. That would have been nice. Don't care, don't care. Oh man, but yeah, we can see some deals are gonna be in here that we're gonna be able to take advantage of. Did the color change? It did. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna be in like day 3 of this month. I've never played with days. Loan interest, 111 again. And they do not look ready. Okay, February 3rd, here we come. Yeah, we didn't spend our money wisely. We shouldn't have bought that plot of land. We could have completely prepped those 2 fields and had them turned around a lot faster. We're losing time. Dang it. Still not ready, so we are going to March. Let's just check that would not help us in this playthrough. Okay, let it be March. Ready to harvest. These mistakes are painful. Starting to think through it. We might have screwed up. Ready to harvest. And nothing super helpful in here, but we're about to get ready to harvest. We're gonna go up to the top of the field with this and get it all prepped so we can keep the auger on the outside. I'm really interested to see if a full pass is less than a hopper full of this combine. It will be interesting, and it's gonna be really exciting to find out what the yield is on this bad boy. March 1st, snow in Sri Lanka. Wow, driving at 14 miles an hour is taking forever. Harvesting, yeah, upgrades coming soon. Oh, what the heck? I wish that was me that did that, but it wasn't. The timing of that was awkward. This feels like our first harvest because it's our first field that we prepped, but it's not. And overall, the yield is, I'm not thrilled about that at all, being yellow. This is a big field, and as you can see, we're barely touching it with each pass. Oh, look, it's green now. Hey! All right. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Oh boy. No way we're getting to the end without being full. No way. Oh, some dark green. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, we might make it without it being full. Looks like we're going to. So about 82% maybe 83? 83% full. We're gonna go ahead and unload here because it's gonna be awkward to turn it around and back out with the auger facing the crops. Crops destruction is on. I don't want to take any risks. And one of the first things we might do today is sell this trailer and upgrade it after we make a little bit of cash. Brakes, back it up. And there we go. While that's going, let's look at this field data here in our yield. Yeah, it looks middle mixed, but this area here will be the only part that's bad, hopefully, and then I'll take 95 to 125 the whole time. We are not going to complain about that. And away we go again. So we should be able to get all the way to the top, turn around, unload, and then we'll hand it over to a worker and follow it until the grain cart's full, and then we'll go sell. We have nowhere to store, so we're gonna sell as we go, even if the prices aren't good. All right, and let's hope the worker doesn't miss a bunch of rows that we have to go back and do. Got 80% full, we're heading that way. There we go. And let's see where we're gonna take this. To the train. Nice, it's super close, that'll be helpful. But I do want to do a few loads. We'll probably do 2 or 3 loads of this trailer and then sell, because I want some money to upgrade this to do less trips, because who wants to do that many trips? Only 8,000 liters each. And our first corn deposit of this harvest going to the train station. Hopefully the price is still good, because it was trending down. Hopefully it's still good when we sell. I'll keep an eye on that, because as that gap starts closing, it will be interesting. It looks like March is about a midway point on how much we're gonna get for corn, so not too bad. Let's see if we can catch them before they turn around. Doesn't look like it. So that means we will take over. 71% full. Yeah, we're gonna have to back out and unload. It's pretty close in guessing where to drop off the tractor there. Go ahead and do a little 180 here. So it looks like for this field, we're gonna need to just about double the capacity of what the harvester can hold to maximize our time. So we're not doing this. And we're back at it. And get this full. Try to rush back before they turn around, because then we can get them to empty and then let the worker keep going while we start looking at prices of things and multitask. We gotta be quick. You know, if we didn't need money, we could just leave the corn in here. There's something to think about until the price is perfect. Which, where does it peak? 930. And it would peak again in July, or get close. It won't be until December. Interesting things to think about. I don't think we're gonna get back in time. That van's gonna mess us up. Oh, we might. I think we will. Oh, we'll get a little bit out of it. Hopefully enough to allow them to finish going. Will they stop? Stop and unload? Perfect. Then we'll drive to the top, look at some things. So taking a look, let's pull a calculator out. We do 884 times 24, because those prices are per thousand. That'll give us $21,000. Let's see where they're at. Do we have time? Yeah, we got plenty. We're losing money with the worker, but I'm going to use my time wisely here. Let's double check here. Yeah, if that was a corn header, that would be nice. Nothing really there. Let's look at trailers. Something in that price range. If we go to here and we just for a second look at this, 8,000. So at about 8,000. So we can save roughly about 30,000 is our budget right now. And that doesn't get us much. That capacity, it almost triples the capacity here. Or do we hold off and buy one that we can expand even more? 38,000 might be our goal, because that one, oh, what if we remove the extension to start with? That puts us at 33,000. That gives us pretty good capacity. Or is this capacity working because the sales station's so close? Boy, oh boy. But there's gonna be times when the sales station's not that close. This is just one of our fields. And let's make sure that's not, yeah, it's not dropping, so we should be okay. Yeah, I think we get this filled up and then we sell and see if we have enough. 30,000, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. But I do wanna say, we're not gonna buy any more land. We're not going to rush that part of the build, or the part of the challenge, until we get the equipment we need upgraded. And we're not gonna really focus on paying off the loans until then either. That's how we'll see where our dollar amount is at the end of this harvest. We're about to be maybe a third of the way through and only $21,000. I was hoping this was at least 150,000. This is going to be a rough challenge. So what we're going to do is drop this load off, come back and get the rest of this row and then sell. And then I think we are going to do that upgrade. And that might be the trailer we live with the rest of the playthrough. Guys, you're going to have to bear with me. I talked myself out of it. We're going to finish this harvest before we do any purchasing, so we can take some time to actually think about it when we know the total dollar amount we have. Let's keep progressing. Well, we just put another load in and I noticed the prices are starting to drop. Let's shut the tractor off. We're gonna rent the train and sell what we have just to maximize our profits, because it seems like it's just gonna keep going down today. And right now we have 47,673 liters. So let's go ahead and take advantage of the price at the highest it's gonna be in March. Go ahead and open the cover on this first one and start refilling. Should all fit. The harvester's probably gonna be waiting for us when we get done here. It seemed like the backwards route was the fastest. And let's see. Well, $42,000 plus 3,000 environmental. That's pretty good. We're like a third of the way through the field, I believe. So we should be at about 120,000 at the end of the day. Or harvest. I don't know if this harvest is going to end today. Prices are still dropping just a tad, and we are about halfway done. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, you can see we're just about at the halfway mark, or just finishing the first field. We're starting to get into that second field now. So let's go ahead and call the train again. See what this one made us on this one field, and to be honest with you, not having good feelings about succeeding on this challenge right now. So this should be about $20,000. We can get it all in here without going too far. There we go. All right, we're gonna go backwards again. And 23,000 plus 1,700. We'll take it. We're at 73,000. So far away. It's just year one. Gotta be positive. Well, we just have a tiny little section here to finish, and the harvest is all complete. And we'll see what the dollar amount is. I was debating keeping it in the silo over there, or in the train station, until the prices were better. But I'm thinking getting out of debt as much as possible and limiting the lease fees is going to save us money. I don't know. It could be a mistake. There's going to be so many mistakes. I really want to see other people try this challenge along with me and see how you're doing and report your progress in the Discord. I think it would be so much fun. And officially the last section, just a couple liters to pick up. Let's go ahead and open up the pipe, get a little bit closer to our trailer, and unload. And we'll go get it sold. Need to keep an eye on fuel. All right. Last 1,800 liters to go to the train. Let's go ahead and hop out here and request it. Let's make sure that took. Yep, okay. It's far, far away again. We're gonna come over here, shut off the tractor and the lights, and do the same with the lights here, and wait for the train. It's like we're gonna have 75,000 liters for our final sell of the harvest. 73,000. All right, let's back it up. See what our... So if you're in the Discord, you're probably not surprised that there's a cut in here that's a little different. Hi. I'm Socksway Up. We lost a ton of footage, so I wanted to kind of jump on here and explain the rest of the episode, and I was hoping to get the full year edited for you guys and live, but that didn't happen. We uploaded it to YouTube. The video was supposed to be like an hour and a half long, and once it got uploaded to YouTube, it told me it was 59 minutes. So the last quarter of the episode, or last third of it, was corrupt, and we're gonna do a little recap. And there's Ophelia. Yeah. What are you doing? But yeah, enjoy the recap, and hopefully year two, we'll have all the content for you. Well, my face has been in multiple segments of this video now, so you can see it's July 3rd, and we have $2,271. Let's hop in here and look at the money. We have $15,000 of loans on top of that. So we did find some used equipment. As we hop in here, yeah, nothing else really want. This stresses me out. We are just shy of buying this, and we're gonna buy it. We're gonna buy it. So some good has already come from the recap. We're gonna buy it, and then we're gonna get back to the recap. Let's go to the store. Okay, so here we are. We're going to hop in here. We know we need $140,000 or 45. So this is saying it's worth 115 right now. Let's repair it. We don't have enough money for that. Okay, we're gonna dip into our savings. We are going to take out the maximum. when we're at 100,000. Okay, we're gonna go in here and we're gonna repair it. Okay, so it's worth $119,000. If it's not above 160, this wasn't worth it. 162, it was just about worth it. So we're gonna go ahead and sell it. Now we're sitting at $207,000. That is going to be a free upgrade until we, let's see, that doesn't add to the price. I think it's fine. It's fine as is. And we still have 62,000. Okay, we're gonna end in debt. We're gonna end not in debt. So let's go repair this and see how bad it is. It shows it has 37 hours on it. Gosh, that's still new to us. I don't really think that's a big deal. This is a steal. That worked out our way. So we come in here, yeah, just $1,400 in repairs, and we got a fully prepped and ready for next harvest and next planting season. Oh man, all right, let's shut that off. Let's go back into the money and get this into a spot where it's where it should be. So we do not quite have enough to pay off all our debt. I was a little silly there. So we'll repay. Why did the math not work there? Sold vehicles, 178. New vehicles was less because of the repairs. 47,000. So we're $40,000 in debt, but we have this. So that's curious. Yeah, I'm silly. That makes sense. Let's get this home. And we're going to do the rest of the recap now. Actually, we'll drive to some places, you know, before we start the recap. Or we'll do the recap by driving places and hitting cars. Get out of my way. Well, this has all the horsepower we're going to need for the next 10 years. Or 9 years, I guess. I don't think we'll ever need anything stronger than this. All right, let's head this way. So you can see that field there is replanted. Everything is good on it. We got the weeds taken care of. We got lime. We got the right fertilizer. Everything should be good there. We did use a cultivator instead of plowing. So that's one of the things that probably said was a mistake in that footage as we mistakenly drive into our neighbor's field. And the big field is completely planted. They all got planted on the same month because I kind of didn't plan it well, but we have seasonal growth off, so we'll be able to solve that moving forward and just harvest one, replant it, and start getting into that cadence that we want to, where we're harvesting every month and turning fields over instantly. So this field as well is looking good, but the thing that is probably why we're in debt still is because we bought the field number 47, as you can see on the mini map. So we do have that extra field. So let's hop into the map now and do the rest of the recap this way. So we have fields 88 and 89 that we started with. We also have our little land over here for where we live. We have field 54, 47, and 49. Not too bad. Let's hop into our vehicles now. Nothing leased. So we have our large tractor, which is worth $62,000. So when you look at it that way, when it comes to resale value, because of how used this is, we kind of lost value overall in our net worth of our farm here, but it'll be worth it. Here we have the harvester still, and this trailer we got upgraded, a similar deal where we're able to sell our pretty much new trailer for around, I think it was $12,000, and this one was used for about the same. And the depreciation is insane on it. But again, we're going to use it a ton. The other thing we got was a larger corn header. This one we spent a little bit of money on. Wasn't quite break even like the other ones. But now we have an 8-row corn header instead of a 5. So sitting at $620. And then looking at the loans, cash in hand's pretty tight. We're potentially going to have to take out more loans to pay for the interest of the existing loan by the time it's time for harvest. We'll find that out in year 2. But right now, our net worth really without any of the land or vehicles is going to be in the negative. To be exact, it's $39,380. And then when we come in here and we start adding up our land value, you know, 68,074 from this one, 61,145, $57,004, $22,867, $31,200, and $21,632. So our land value all added up is $262,552. To add up the value of all of our assets, let's start with the new John Deere, $62,536. The harvester is worth $43,904. The trailer is worth $2,959, and the corn header is worth $14,891. for a grand total of 124,290. And to take all of that into consideration, our net worth for our entire farm, our vehicles, our money in hand, and our loans all add up to $223,172. And if you're wondering how short we are from our goal, we are $19,776,828 away from $20 million. Let's hope next year starts eating into that amount. I'm really hoping we start getting that down to like 16 million around the time year 5 kicks in, and then we can really hammer at it the last 5 years. And some of the content from this video that was corrupt, I did talk about my confidence level and wanted to end each one of these years with a confidence level check-in. And right now I would say I'm at like a 2 out of 10 to hit 20 million. It's super low on the confidence level scale. To be interesting to see how that fluctuates and changes throughout the whole journey. If we would have gone with the original rules of just 10 million, I think I would put my confidence level probably around a 7. It's still not super high, but it's above, 50%. We're saying we're like 70% confident that we could pull off 10 million in 10 years without productions and only selling corn. It's still going to be tough. That's why there's that 30% doubt in there to even do that. And, 80% doubt to do this challenge the way we've set it up. And the biggest regret so far is saying 20 million at the beginning and not editing it out and saying 10 million. But we might go with to win this challenge with an A+, we have to hit 20 million. We can get a C and still pass this challenge with 10 million. We get an F if it's anything below $10 million. But I don't know how many of you were like me in school. I didn't like C's. I wanted a B+ or higher personally. So that's what we're aiming for. We're still trying for that 20 million. Thanks for hanging out in this somewhat different ending of an episode or of a, recap. I'm Socks Way Up. I'll catch you in year 2.